Assignment 1, Joel Sidoris, Business 230, W01, Avion Supplier Performance Issues. Avion's initial thought was that they were being misled by Foster's management, or that maybe Foster had lost a key employee due to the shortage of the amount of positions that they had filled. So the initial review stated that they lacked in the desired quality of product and that they continuously had late shipments from Foster. They were not meeting their on-time deliveries required by Avion. So after some discussion and sending a third procurement manager to visit Foster's warehouse or production line, the feedback actually ended up being negative, and Foster pushed a lot of the issues back to Avion. They stated that there were requirements that were being pushed current date were a lot higher than what was originally agreed upon, and that the lead times were being requested to be a lot shorter, causing the late deliveries. So the original agreement from Avion, when they agreed upon the contract or negotiated the contract, would be that they would only require 2,500 units per month, and Foster originally stated that their capacity could only handle 3,500 units. So in the beginning, they were short 1,000 units, but today in this case study, they were requesting over 4,000 units per month, which if Foster's capacity was only 3,500, you see where a lot of the problems of poor quality and missed shipments were coming from. Another issue was that Foster originally agreed that they could only handle a 14-day lead time, and Avion was pushing for a 10-day lead time. So after discovering that these issues were originally Avion's problem, the procurement managers were still questioning, stating that, Foster is still to blame. They didn't reach out. They didn't notify us that we were creating issues for them. But according to the third procurement manager that visited, their manager stated that they had attempted 7 times with memos, emails, etc., to try to reach out and address the issues that were being seen. And they also tried to reach out via a phone call with little feedback or any positive resolution when reaching out. So towards the end of the case study, Avion realized that based off of the information that was provided, that they were basically a bad customer, and Foster would more than likely drop them before or right at the end of the contract, leaving them without a supplier for their product. So this would require them to either try to correct and fix the relationship that they have with their customer now, or begin the process of identifying and selecting a new supplier. Getting a new supplier, identifying a new supplier, though, will set you back several months and a lot of invest in terms of tooling and just getting to know the other company. So being a better customer. So my suggestion, if they want to restore the relationship they had with Foster when they originally created the agreement, they would reducer requirements immediately to the agreed amount, which is 2,500 units per month. This would allow Foster to stabilize their production system almost immediately. If Avion still needed 4,500 or 4,000 plus units per month, which I feel is correct based off of the case study, then Avion would spend the money or invest into Foster, whether it's sending associates over or investing into better, more efficient tooling, etc. But they would work on process observations or elimination of any waste in their process if possible. That would be the first step to see if they could get their units per month higher than 3,500. If Foster couldn't increase their units per month, then I would recommend that over time that Avion go to a multi-sourcing contract and select a second supplier to fill the gap of their requirements. My suggestion is that they stick with they stay with Foster, and they work with them to maximize the amount of units per hour that they can produce. If there's a shortage of 400 units per month, then I would suggest a second contract with a second supplier for the gap that is identified in the requirements.